Donald Trump is threatening to remove federal funding from states and cities with cashless bail laws, saying they've made communities less safe. But the data and studies don't completely reflect that, though there is some nuance to this topic we dig in tonight.
The governor says she's out there fighting crime. You can't say you're fighting crime when you do nothing about bail reform, when you do nothing about raise the age.
Nearly 6 years after its implementation, bail reform continues to be a major talking point for New York State Republicans.
They enacted cashless bail, the single stupidest piece of legislation that has ever been enacted into law anywhere in the country.
As for those statistics, the John Jay College of Criminal Justice has put out several studies on ties between bail reform and recidivism or failure to appear in court. Broadly, they found when out on bail, recidivism rates decrease statewide. But that's not the whole story.
Critics of bail reform point out, and perhaps rightly so, that for a subgroup of people with a violent history, recidivism rates increased, and that benefited or did not benefit public safety.
That data, though, based on the original iteration of bail reform in 2019. There's been 3 changes since then, closing some of those gaps.
A lot of those high-risk individuals that I mentioned earlier, for which we saw recidivism increases, are indeed bail eligible once again.
Albany Assemblymember Gabriela Romero, a Democrat, is a former public defender who says she's seen the bail laws work.
They took out the least restrictive means, which allowed for incredible discretion from judges. And so most low-level misdemeanors and nonviolent felonies are therefore non-bail eligible, which allows for folks to go back home to their families, continue working, see their children.
With that in mind, I asked Assembly Speaker Carl Hasty where his house stands.
About that, do you need to change the message behind it? Because it's being used as a political tool in a lot of ways.
I don't know how you can change. It's difficult. I say this, it's difficult to change the messaging when, negativity seems to sell more than positivity. It's like, even though there's a Wall Street Journal article that says the city of New York is safer the least amount of shootings, but yet people don't feel safe.
Elise Stefanik has called bail reform a catastrophic disaster that's led to a crime crisis. Governor Hochul responding to the president's executive order by touting reductions in crime and calling on judges to use the discretion that she's given them. More of our conversation on that John Jay data coming up at 10:30 tonight.